Practical demonstration for Amazon ECS Elastic Container Service. We have already seen the theoretical video in the previous one, and in this specific one we are going to implement ECS. So before proceeding forward, just wanted to make sure that this is not a free service. It will cost you some amount. Okay, so yeah, feel free to proceed with the same. So first of all, let us go to Elastic Container Service, and here we are going to create a cluster. So the cluster name will be nginx cluster. Okay, and this is the default namespace. Followed by the infrastructure, we have two options, whether to proceed with Amazon Fargate or with Amazon ECS. So EC2. So basically, if you want to go with EC2, you can just select it, or however, if you want the Amazon to manage your infrastructure, you can go with Fargate, which is serverless. And monitoring its option. If you want to get the insights on CloudWatch, you can just enable this thing. However, let us go with the default option. So meanwhile the cluster is being in creation, we can go to task definition and create a new task definition for our cluster. So yeah, so here let me write new task def for our Amazon Fargate, and here you can select the underlying operating system. It could be Linux for our case, and here we can define the CPU usage. So since we don't want the bit to get maxed out, we are going to use the minimum possible variant of the CPU and memory, followed by the container information. So here it is an nginx container that we would be making, and the image would be nginx demo slash hello. And copy this one and go and paste over here. Now here there's one more thing. If you are using a private repo, you need to turn this flag on and provide the information as is. However, since it is a public one, we are going to proceed with the default one. And if you want to do some sort of port mapping, we can do it over here. But since it is an nginx container, we are going to give the default option as is. Okay, and here you can define the threshold, the minimum and maximum CPU utilization and memory hard limit. Okay, so here you are defining the hard and soft limit, and post that if you have any environment variables to pass on, you can define it over here. And yeah, rest you can keep it as is. And here this flag actually indicates that we are getting the logs over the CloudWatch. Okay, so yeah, let us keep everything by default as is and create the task definition. Now once the task definition is ready, we are ready to go to the cluster, and here we are going to create one service for a cluster. So let us create, and here we are going to select Fargate as the capacity provider, and the application type would be service, and in the family we are going to select the task definition which we created, and the revision would be the latest one. Now when it says service type, so basically how much replica you want in the specific task, so you can keep it 1, but when you change the number to 2, so basically 2 tasks will be created for the same. For now, let us keep the option as is. When you go to networking, you can define the security groups. Okay, and make sure that you are enabling this flag public IP is turned on to check whether the image and the container is being created and is up and running, right? And if you go and create a new security group, you make sure that you are exposing the port 80 to everywhere, right? So yeah, that's all, and click on create. Here we need to define the service name, so it would be nginx service. Okay, create. So now our cluster is ready, task definition is ready, and nginx service is in progress, which might take few time. So if you click on view on cloud formation, it will tell you what are the things which are happening in the backend, right? So first it created the infra, and now it is creating the service for us. The creation is in progress. Let us wait for some time, and once it is created, as you can see, it is created, and the replica, basically we said it to create one task for us, which is currently in desired position. So basically it is in running, and the status is currently pending. When you go inside the task, you can actually see the logs, and remember we enabled the flag for getting the logs. This is actually it is doing the things at the back end. So if you see here, it has pulled the images and is actually ready, up and running. So here just do a refresh, If you scroll down here, you will find a public IP. When you click on open address, our application should be up and running and it should be present over here. And as you can see, the Nginx Hello World application is up and running with the use of Amazon Fargate, right? So yeah, that was all about this specific one. Now, how do we uh, close the running services, right? So in order to terminate the services, the first thing first that you need to do is go to the service and delete the service. Post that, you need to delete the configuration file. So here in our it is task definition, where we define the actual task, whatever it needs to do, right? So go on action and click on deregister, and it will get deleted automatically. The third thing is to delete the cluster and make sure that there is nothing running, right? So task is also deleted. Now it's time to delete the cluster, and the cluster and stack deletion is in progress. If you go to CloudWatch, you can see that deletion is in actually progress. Okay, now it is showing that the cluster and stack is deleted and it's inactive. When we go back to cluster, it's nowhere to be seen, right? So that was all about Amazon ECS, and I hope you learned from the demonstration. And this is the image which we used from this specific demonstration. We can even access it through Docker Hub. I'll just pin this link in the description section. Right? So that was all, and see you in the next one.